So, Danny, Braxton Berrios had a really good return game on Sunday. Can you tell us what that did for the offense? I think on his return, the worst starting field position was from the 27, if I'm not mistaken. How did that help the offense and the team?
Well, obviously, field position is always critical. Every yard, as we saw as that game in each phase, yards are so important. So each, you look at, their tush push and being able to convert in 4th and 1s. I always look at it when you talk about 1 yard. I don't care what aspect and where it is. Every yard's important. So obviously, the better field position we can give them, the better off we're going to be. Fortunately, the offense has been explosive most of the year. So when you have that, it's not as big of a factor. But in a game like that, I thought it was important.
You said last time, actually before the Patriots game, really playing again, that they're one of the few teams that actually go out and, I don't know, should have looked up the exact quote, but basically they scout and pick special teams players for their. Is that unique in the league, or is that how many teams do that?
Not a lot. And it's, when you look at their roster, and it's funny when we just went over it with guys, you look at their punt team, they just got Davis back off of, short-term IR, but every other guy has been the exact same guy at the exact same position on every play. So they have those guys that, their only role, and you look at it after each game, they're there to play in the kicking game and play in the kicking game only and excel at it, which is why, for as long as I can remember, they've been very good in the kicking game because they have, number one, they got, a head coach with special team experience. They got 3 very good coaches, coaching special teams, and then they go get really good players. So it's a good place to start.
Place they play on special teams, but a lot of
yeah,
those guys.
You look like Chris Ford and Slater and Schooler and Davis. Those guys are there to excel in the kicking game, and they got the right guys because they're all very, very good players.
Danny, just out of curiosity, I'm wondering how many players are in your special teams meetings? Because Christian Wilkins and Javon Holland and David Long, is it like 45 of the 53-man roster?
Throughout the course of the week, every single guy that's on the roster, minus the quarterbacks, will be in one meeting or another. Some guys are in there every day in every meeting. Other guys are, 1 or 2 days or 1 or 2 meetings. But everybody's involved at some point in the meetings and obviously in the game plan.
And that's because guys play backup and right.
Correct. Backup, different looks on punt return, field goal rush. So every guy's got to roll somewhere.
I want to ask about a couple of kicks. Bailey, did he just shank that one? And Jason Sanders' opening kickoff, was that a squib or did he miss hit it?
Yeah, we had a miss hit on the kickoff, and then Jake's just lost it a little bit with the nose, so those things happen. Did a really good job rebounding, had a real good ball in the minus, and ended up being a touchback. But we'll take that ball every time with a 57-yarder with great hang time, good location, and pinned him deep late. So bounced back good from there, as did Jason with the kickoffs.
And Braxton's kickoff returns, were those, did Philly want him to return them, or were they kicking errors, or not kicking to their design play?
Well, I think when you go back and look at that game, I think both teams kicking in that direction, every ball that went in that direction ended up being in play. So I think that maybe the wind had a little bit to do with some of those kicks, based on distance and/or where they hung and where they landed.